Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am live. Yeah! And we are here for Stormybman Live Rumble #1. This is a live premiere for my thoughts on the upcoming card this Saturday between Amanda Serrano and Reina Tellez. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of a breakdown for that fight card. Doing something a little bit different. But again, as I've stated to you all before, we have to try to exercise options. So that's what that is. And I thank each and every one of you who may be attending this live broadcast. If you didn't catch it live, you could catch the replay. But I am trying to branch out and do things in a variety of ways, which will benefit both myself and my audience. So pay attention to the scroll at the bottom of the screen that will assist you in subscribing to the channel, also seeking out ways to donate, as well as the options pointing toward merchandise for my supporters. And all of the items are in the description box. So just know that we're here. We're trying to grow the brand, and we're trying to make it through this situation without the, invasive properties that follow us as we do what we do out here. Just know that Stormybman is here to do his best for you guys. And with that, we're going to get into a little bit of a discussion on what this particular live is about. Again, this is a premiere where we're here to talk about the card that will feature Amanda Serrano coming in against Reina Tellez. Tellez is getting this opportunity to challenge the former undisputed featherweight champion. She's putting herself in contention because the original opponent was Erica Cruz, someone who Serrano had fought before. But this is something where Serrano was forced to move forward due to Erica Cruz popping dirty. Yeah, these things happen in boxing. And there are fighters who are looking to step up and step in for their opportunity. And so that's where we find Reina Tellez, who's coming into the fight against Serrano with a record of 13-0 with 1 draw, 5 KOs. She's 22 years of age, and she's fighting presently out of San Antonio, Texas, but she is from Vero Beach, Florida. 5 feet tall, so she's a shorty out there. And though she hasn't fought or faced anyone on Serrano's level, this is a tremendous opportunity for the young lady. I do believe at the end of the day, this is just her filling the spot. But this was probably the best option since Cruz fell out the way she did, and they wanted to maintain the card because Serrano also had a card in recent time where she was all set to go, and then the day before the fight, she had to pull out due to she had some type of eye injury or whatever. So I do believe this is Serrano trying to hold and maintain the dignity of the sport by going through with this fight. We're talking about it taking place in San Juan, Puerto Rico at the Roberto Clemente Coliseum. And also on the card, Serrano, who's going to be bringing her record of 47 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw, 31 KOs into the bout. She's now 37 years of age. Of course, she's a southpaw, 5'5.5" with a 65.5-inch reach, and she is from Puerto Rico. Serrano is in the twilight of her career, and though she may feel that she can press forward and continue on, because she's been a knockout puncher in her weight divisions as she has fought, but age does catch up to us all. Her first loss was in April of 2012, where she lost in a super featherweight title bid for the title, against Frida Wahlberg. She lost a unanimous decision. And after that, that's when she began her knockout streak. And she didn't lose again until she faced Katie Taylor. And that was a split decision loss in a fight in April of 2022, where they really set the boxing world on fire for women's boxing, where this was for the undisputed lightweight title in Madison Square Garden. It was a historical night for both fighters. Serrano brought the best of what she could to the ring. So did Katie Taylor. And Taylor was able to edge out the decision with scores of 97-93, 96-93, and one decision of 96-94 for Amanda. I felt that Amanda won that fight, but the way boxing goes, popularity and things of that nature, what ended up happening is these ladies were touted to face one another in a rematch. And due to certain circumstances, fighters having injuries and setbacks, the rematch was delayed up until November of 2024. And that's when they fought at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. This fight was even closer than the first fight, but the scores rang up once again for Katie Taylor, even though early in the fight, I don't remember if it was toward the end of the first or the second round, Serrano caught Taylor with something that looked like she was going to knock her out. And Taylor was able to survive and get through that, never to be in that type of jeopardy again during the fight, but she resorted to her famous headbutts. And that left Amanda with terrible cuts and swelling and hematomas around her face that she ordinarily wouldn't even have. So some people blamed it on them both being opposites of Southpaw Serrano against Orthodox Katie. But I believe that it was part of Katie's repertoire. The 1, 2, 3, 3 being the headbutt. You understand? So it is what it is. Now they fought the trilogy bout in July of this year, and going into the promotion, Amanda entered the press conference with headgear on, she was saying that she was going to be guarded against Katie and her headbutts. But the way that she fought the fight, now, they scored it a majority decision for Katie. The fight was very lackluster as far as the action of the first 2 bouts. And I do believe that there is a depreciation in the skills and the abilities of Amanda, and she was not a true super lightweight. She moved up to face Katie, challenging herself in this manner because she was trying to make a great fight with a fellow great fighter. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that she was willing to do it 3 times, it speaks volumes about her being the fighter that she is, the type of person that she is. And she gave audiences and supporters of the sport exactly what they were looking for. In between the fights that she fought Katie, she did drop back down and defend her featherweight titles. And again, when you go back to February of 2023, that's when she fought Erica Cruz for the first time. Now, in that fight, it was a unanimous decision victory for Serrano, and she has always been a proponent of campaigning for 3 and 12 for the women's division of boxing. 3-minute rounds, 12 championship rounds. And the WBC, which outright refuses to sanction 3-minute rounds or 12 rounds championship rounds for women's division of boxing. So she vacated her WBC title. Though she didn't lose her undisputed status in the ring, she is still the undisputed champion at featherweight. It's just that she no longer carries the WBC title based on that. So as we look ahead in the sport coming up this weekend, I've given you a bit of a background on what we are expecting when we see these ladies come together. Serrano is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Her nickname, The Real Deal, she has lived up to that from the woman's perspective like no other. Just like in the men's division of boxing, Evander Holyfield lived up to that moniker, The Real Deal. I love the fact that we have someone on both sides of the spectrum of sexes, that you have fighters who really brought what's real to the ring. My hat is off to both of these champions for being the standard bearers that they have been for their careers. Again, as I said, that Amanda is 37 now. She should really think about walking away from the sport, because women, the punishment that they take could be even more traumatic than what shows up on the males, because the skull density and everything is a lot different. Now, I'm not trying to get into saying, oh, boxing is dangerous for the women. Boxing is dangerous for anyone who participates in the sport. It's just that she has done so much, and she has acquired that status of respectability that there's really nothing left to prove now. She's been undisputed a couple times over. She wasn't able to quite conquer through decision Katie Taylor, but if you saw their fights, the first 2 definitely, you could argue either bout for Amanda being the winner. I know that Katie Taylor is someone that they hold fast on the European side of boxing, and they really want her to be someone that goes into the Hall of Fame representing on that end. But we cannot deny what Amanda Serrano has done with her career. And though there was nothing like an Olympic medal, what she has done in professional boxing, she has shown herself to be someone worthy of the consideration. As we go forward and we talk about everything that has transpired, this card means a lot to a lot of people. In the co-main, you have Stephanie Hahn, a professional fighter who happens to bring her record of 11 wins, no losses, and 3 KOs. She's fighting at the lightweight division out of El Paso, Texas. She's going to be taking on combat sport champion Holly Holm. Now, Holly Holm is a fighter that has participated in the mixed martial arts divisions of boxing, and her moniker, the Preacher's Daughter, she has shown herself to be quite the fighter herself. Her professional record is 34 wins, 2 defeats, 3 draws with 9 KOs. She's a southpaw, 5'8" with a 69-inch reach. And Holly has boxed very well when she has fought in boxing. She has had decisions. She has really been able to show the talent and ability. If you go back to, I want to say it was 2013, when she faced Mary McKee. That was at that time for the IBA and WBF super lightweight titles. But here she is now, and she's battling against someone who is going to really, give her the opportunity to step up. And Han is someone who is going to bring it with her. So we'll see how she does. And, that's, as far as for the sport, another quality women's fight. Rounding out what's happening on that card, you have a bout that is going to take place with Yanquiel Rivera, and he's taking on Jonathan Gonzalez, both men out of Puerto Rico. Rivera is a young prospect, not so young at the age of 28, but he's 7-0 with 1 draw, taking on Gonzalez, who happens to be 34. Again, there's a lot of matchups here on this card where we got southpaws fighting orthodox fighters. And once again, these two gentlemen are coming in like that. One fighter in particular that I want to acknowledge that is showing up on this card, we're going to see the return to the ring of Ebony Bridges from Australia. Now, a lot of you know Ebony Bridges. She's the one that shows up at all of the weigh-ins and press conferences. Well, not press conferences, but the weigh-ins definitely, where she wears like nighttime clothes, that you should be wearing for your significant other when you're getting ready to go to bed. So people have loved to see Ebony do her thing. And she hasn't been in the ring since December of 2023. And that's when she lost a unanimous decision to Miyo Yoshida. And in that fight, Ebony just couldn't get her punches off and everything. Now, she has a record of 9-2, and she's 39 years of age. But that in that time that she's been away from the ring, she's had her opportunity to have a child, And so she's been out there with her family and raising her child and everything. And let's just say that, she's had the opportunity to kind of, look at the sport from the outside in and everything. So she's coming in against Alexis Moniz. And Alexis is 3-2 with 1 draw. She's 35. 5'3", another short fighter, but she's a couple of inches taller than Ebony. So we've got a lot going on. We got a lot going on in this matchup where these ladies are coming to do their thing. So overall, I do believe this will be broadcast on, let me double check and see. I thought this was going to be on DAZN. But it's an MVP promotion. So someone out there in the chat can help me out with that, where this is going to be broadcast, because at the end of the day, I'm looking at something. I'll have to get back to you on where it will be broadcast, family, because not knowing that, or let me look it up, because I forget I'm on here live with you at the moment. I can look it up directly to see. Yeah, it will be broadcast on DAZN, family. Serrano versus Tellez will be broadcast on DAZN. I just wasn't sure. I didn't want to say it, without really knowing for certain. And so this is a opportunity for us to check out women's boxing. So I love the fact that 2026 is starting out with some bangers. And the month of January in particular has a load of fights that we can pay attention to. And guess what? I will be doing more of these when I get a chance to. It's just that this particular day, instead of making a video, I thought I would do a live and come to you and give it to you spontaneously and let you get that chance to absorb that, and also to try out my Rumble live broadcast. The link for the Rumble broadcast is in the box. Let me take a quick moment to pin that for you guys. So if you haven't had the chance to join me over at Rumble, please do. Join me at Rumble and follow me over there, where we can do more of these, including my evening broadcast. And let me just say, over there, everything is really clean and sharp. So with that being said, family, I'm going to get on out of here. I hope that you all are able to tune in to this card in particular. I expect Amanda Serrano to handle Raina Tellez fairly easy. But let's not go too hard on Amanda, because it wasn't her fault that the original opponent, Erica Cruz, popped dirty. And so, that was beyond her control. She brings what she brings. And, you can't help when other people don't want to participate properly. And, this thing about popping dirty in the sport of boxing is something that really needs to be handled. It really needs to be dealt with. And boxing, professional boxing, needs to take a real strong look at these fighters that are popping dirty. We need something to be done about this. So with that being said, you guys, thank you for tuning in. This is my first Rumble live broadcast. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we will catch you soon. Peace to everybody out there. Have a wonderful week. Peace.